climbed, what's that thing in China? The wall.
Great Wall.
He climbed the Great Wall. Didn't someone do Everest, or at least a base camp?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
But just Google it. Remember, we find what we're looking for. If you want to find all the people that have cerebral palsy that haven't achieved anything, Google that. If you want to Google people with, physical setbacks that have achieved great things, Google that. And I know that there's people that have at least gone to base camp in Everest. I'm pretty sure no legs, and he did it with his arms.
Yes.
Yeah, really cool.
British Burmese. Ooh.
A tripod cat. What's a tripod cat?
Probably like we had a tripod dog.
A British Burmese and a Bengal. Oh, that's so cute. Okay.
I'll put it on my hand. Hang on.
Say hi, everyone.
So she doesn't sleep on Phil's hand.
So cute and little. Hello, say hi. Someone else has a Tonkinese. She's 16 this year. Orange tabby. I love the tabbies. Grateful for having a huge light bulb moment in today's training, but don't know how to fix it yet. That's okay. Light bulb is good, and we'll fix it out later. Okay. That's good. The kitten is cute. I know. Very, very cute. And for those of you that don't know rag dolls, they flop when you pick them up. So it just makes it even cuter, and the kids are in love. Oh, only 3 legs. Oh, aren't they amazing? We had a dog that lost his leg, and they're absolutely extraordinary how they can just, deal with it. They just get on with it. A Burmese and a British. I love it. I have a grey Russian blue called Ollie, and he's gorgeous. Oh, that's cute. Oh, okay. All right, so any other horse questions? My horse kicks out when I hose his back end down under the belly. Yeah, he just needs to be told, I would do that too, especially if it's cold water. If it's at all possible, you want to make it more comfortable for him and have it with warm water. If that's not an option, it's just got to be desensitized to that. Thank you so much, Kim. We've got Nick Vujicic's bio, extraordinary man. Yeah. When you think about things that you can't do, you just need to Google and realise that there's people doing more extraordinary things that, people have ever done before. Okay. 3 dogs, 2 cobs, 1 pony, 2 rabbits. 2 rabbits. That's so cute. Danica and Tyler want rabbits and guinea pigs. Phil and I have not succumbed to that, have we? But the cat wants to go. Do you want to take the cat? Okay. I have a pug and beagle. A puggle. That's so cute. He's more pug though, and I love him so much. Well, we have a beagleia. Sky is our beagleia, which is a beagle cross King Charles Cavalier. I think she's a bit more King Charles though than beagle. Trot is finally come together. Thank you. That's great, Amelia. Good job. All right. Anything else I can help you guys with today? 2 dogs, golden retriever and lab mix, and 2 Arabians. I love it. Phil and I were thinking golden retriever, but our kids leave their shoes everywhere, leave their toys everywhere, and I think the golden retriever would just, love it. It looks like I have a tail. I know. I've got 2 heads. When I'm circling right, my horse wants to bend left. When I'm circling right, my horse wants to bend left. If I put right leg on to bend, he just yields into the fence. Yep, so what you have to do is catch the yield with your left outside rein. So yes, if you just put your right leg on, the horse will move to the left. So you need to catch that movement with your outside rein, with your left rein, and then you can get the bend to the right through the rib cage. Does that make sense? Any tips on sitting back when you transition into canter? It takes me 2 strides of canter to sit up again. Firstly, Kate, it's amazing that you're aware that you do that and your body does that, because that's the first thing. The second thing is I just used to go and I'd just make myself go and 3, 2, 1, canter, and I'd lean back like the man from Snowy River. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but basically this man has to escape and he has to go down this ravine that's this steep. It's just this mountain drop. And so the horse starts galloping down there and his head almost hits the horse's tail. He's leaning back so far. So I used to go 3, 2, 1, man from Snowy River. And I used to really think about bringing my shoulders and my head to my horse's bum. Did I ever do that? No. But by thinking that exaggerated and that far back, I at least would have my upper body upright or slightly back. And I had to do that for a couple of months before I then could find my pole in the carousel horse and find my straight spot. Okay. My horse tucks his head in every time I take a contact, making it so hard to maintain the contact. Yeah, horses that go behind the vertical are really, really, really hard. And they're really, really challenging. So what you need to do is close your legs and put a loop in the rein almost and ride the horse out to the contact. And that's really, really hard to do. And I remember when I was doing my training, I had to ride a young Andalusian for my trainer. And she was like, you can ride him, but you can't touch his mouth. And I was like, okay. So, like, this is why we were locked up, firstly, in a round yard. So we could ride him out to the bit in a safe environment, because obviously if you can't touch the mouth, what are you going to do if they're going to want to bolt or they're going to want to do everything? So we had to ride the horse out to the contact and then try and catch it there. Yeah, and it is tricky. So you're doing a super job. I don't know if you'll see this, but I have my own horse but can't really afford regular lessons, and I literally learn most things from your videos, and now we are qualified for an area championship. That's amazing, Dressage Cop. Very, very happy for you, and I'm so glad my videos can help. Any tips on stopping my hands coming up in trot? They have a mind of their own. Leanne, that's so normal. Most like, I remember looking at my hands going, I did not tell you to do that. Why are you doing this? Hang on, I'm just gonna, Danica, can you take the cat? Sure. You put her down and let her play down. Good girl. Okay. Yeah, where were we? Your hands. Yeah, so what you want to do is visualize a clear box where both your hands go in, and in that clear box, if your hands were to move, they would obviously hit the plastic box. It would go, ooh, 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 and it would hurt. So you want to keep on thinking that your hands are in the box. If that doesn't work, link your thumbs. Sure, it's not going to put your hands in the right position, but you'll feel between your two thumbs, you'll be like, oh, because you'll basically be breaking your thumbs, because your hands will want to be separating and going wherever they like to go. But by linking your thumbs and saying they have to stay together, that's really cool. If it's not that they're just going apart from each other, they're just going up but together, so linking your thumbs won't work, grab your saddle blanket. I used to ride for a good month with the reins in my hands while I also hang on to the saddle blankets, and I would feel all this pressure of my body trying to move my hands away from my saddle blanket, going, oh my God. But it gave me a sensory feeling. It gave me the understanding of what does it feel like when your hands don't move. Cool. I saw my hands in trot and canter, and it's the one thing I just can't seem to stop. Again, Amelia, it's great that you've got awareness that you're doing that. And again, holding the saddle blanket will probably help, because you won't be able to pull left, right, left, right, left, right. The only reason you do it is because it kind of works. So your brain's like, well, it kind of gets the head down. But think about, you don't care about the head. What you care about is having an active hind leg and having the horse round and soft and with his nose in the middle of the chest in front of you. So if your rule needs to be the horse's nose is in the middle of the chest. So if you seesaw left and right, it's going to move left and right, which is against your rules. So your new rule is you don't care where the head is as long as it's in the middle. So that'll force you not to seesaw, but it'll also force you to find a new way or another way that you can get the horse down and connected and through without pulling left, right, if that helps. Remember, if we have a strategy that gets us the result, we're never really going to abandon it. And that means, I always talk about what are we getting and what are we missing out on. Every time we're doing something, we're getting something, but we're also missing out on a whole other world and a whole other ways of doing something else. And that's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. It just is. So I always go, do I have 30 different ways I could get the horse's head down? And some might be a really good, effective clean, good way, and some might be a really ineffective way, but it gets the horse's head down. When I was a child, I used to get a piece of apple, stick it on the end of my whip, and make it, back the horse up in the stable so he can't go backwards, and then put the apple just behind his lip, so he'd have to lift his neck and curve his neck to eat the apple. And me and my girlfriend would take pictures because we'd like, yay, he's got a curved neck, because we couldn't for the life of us figure out how to get our horses' heads down, but we knew that they should be down. So we'd just use apple, and then we'd be like, yay, and we'd have our photo of our horses on the bit. We're such good riders. So yes, did it work? Did it get the horse to arch its neck? Yes. Is it effective? Is it something you can use in a dressage test? Is it something replicable? No, but at least it was a way. So always think, what are all my different ways and my options available to me, and then what work? So you already know that pulling left or right, yes, gets the horse's head down to look good, but it's never going to get you a dressage result. It's never going to get the horse's back up. It's never going to get the horse's hind leg engaged. It's never going to be acceptable to a judge. So you have to stop doing it. You have to go, well, okay, if this doesn't get me outcome, it's gone. Yeah, and that's hard to be that strict with yourself, because you're like, but if I don't have this, then I've got the head completely up in the sky and it's all bad. Yes, but when it's all bad, you'll find a different way. I don't know if I've said that articulately enough, but hopefully. Gemma, such an inspiration, clear, logical advice. Thank you, Gemma. Okay, good morning, Tammy. Thank you, Tammy, for coming on. We held a competition for your stock. Thank you so much. And Kim, I don't know what happened with that. So stay tuned, Tammy. Why don't we run the competition for another day? Everyone who hosts a watch party today goes in the draw to win a stock from Tammy. Tammy, post your website again. I'm pretty sure it's elegantequine.com.au. And Kim, please make a note when you start tomorrow morning, before we start the live, to send me a message on who's won the stock. You can just do it randomly. So everyone who sends hosts a watch party and sends that in, randomly Kim will choose one person, and we will announce Tammy, because she is so lovingly and so beautifully donated a stock. And if you go to the Your Riding Success Facebook page, you will see a post about where you can find out more about Tammy. Tammy does these amazing stocks that detach from the bit that goes around the neck, so you can wash the bit that goes around the neck and keep all the jewel part really, really clean and awesome. So thank you for that donation, and I'm so excited that one lucky watcher gets to have one of your beautiful stocks, Tammy. And remember, if you are, whatever social media channel you are on, make sure to hit like, subscribe, or follow. Okay, any more tips on canter seat? I love watching your videos. I'm quarantined now and I can't ride because I go to a riding school. All good. You can do lots on your canter seat when you're not riding a horse. So what you want to do is sit on a couch and put your hands under your seat, under your bum, under your seat bones. And I want you to lean forward and realize that you don't feel those bony bits. Sit really tall and straight and you'll feel bony bits on your hands. Sit back and you'll feel that those bony bits disappear again. Those bony bits are your seat bones, and that's what plug into the horse, and that's what aids the horse to do a canter. So what I want you to do is trot. So I want you to pedal those seat bones, left, right, left, right, left, right, and you'll feel more pressure on your left, more pressure on your right, more pressure on your left, more pressure on your right. Everyone, while you're sitting at home, do this. Put your hands under your bum and feel that. And then what I want you to do is scoop with your inside seat bone as if you were on a swing and you wanted to scoop that swing higher and higher and higher. So when you scoop that swing, that inside seat bone, you should feel drive into your hand and scoop away, and that's your canter rate. So you can practice. I used to have so much trouble, like insane trouble with tempi changes. And I used to drive an hour, even more, to get to uni every day. And I would literally, sometimes I'd drive with one hand and put one hand under my bum, and I would just go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, change, 2, 3, 4, change, 2, 3, 4. And I would pedal each seat bone and pedal what I'd do with my hands and pedal what I would do with my stomach and my seat and my legs to ask that change. And I would do millions of tempi changes driving to uni and back. Okay. Kate, there's a group on Facebook for Australian-made horse products. Tammy should share her products. Thank you so much, Katie. God, I love our community. Could you please post the link for anyone else that also does things like that? That would be awesome. When riding, how to tell if your horse is accepting the contact and not cheating by curling the neck? Such a good question, Giddy Up 83. Absolutely. What the difference is, if you lengthen your reins and basically invite the horse takes the contact further down. The horse takes if you loop the rein, the horse searches for the contact, which is why, in dressage tests, they'll say at B, lengthen the horse's neck and allow the horse to lower and stretch. They want to see that the horse takes the contact, or if you put a loop in the rein, does the horse put its head up? If the horse puts its head up, it was never on the contact, it was never connected. So that's how you know. When the horse is just curling its neck, it feels empty. It feels gone. Yeah, it just feels... And remember, when you sit on a horse, the horse needs to feel like it's taking you somewhere. And that's the feeling we love. We ride horses for that freedom. We ride the horses to, take us on a journey. So unless you feel like the horse is towing you with its neck, with its, like it's going, ooh, that's that feeling. And how do you distinguish that feeling? It literally is that your hands are being taken, not heavy, not the horse is throwing down on the forehand and throwing down, 50 kilos, but the horse is taking you somewhere. He's traveling forward and he's taking you where you want to go. Okay. Thank you, Kim, for that link. How do you get a good flying change? Well, I remember working on flying changes heaps with Spencer Wilton in the UK, and he told me something really extraordinary to me at the time, and he was like, flying changes are meant to fly. And I'm like, because my flying changes were pretty earthbound. And I went, wow, what an extraordinary thing to think. And when you think about it, if you want a flying change for an 8, a 9, or a 10, you then want, you want them to fly. You want them to, you want that expression, and you want that lift, and you want that, because that's a word. So how to get a fly, but I never concerned myself with how good a flying change should be. I always used to concern myself with, will I get one? That was my criteria. Get one. Didn't matter how bad it was. Didn't matter how first it was, did I get something? I was like, pat on the back, thought I was the most extraordinary rider if I got something. Then, we had to up the game and it had to be clean. Oh gosh, now you want it clean. So then it was like, that was my new standard, just get a clean flying change. And that was my standard for years, clean flying change, good to go. And it's only now that I'm going, okay, well, Tash, you've got to step up. You're looking at the Olympic Games. You're looking at a gold medal. A clean flying change isn't going to cut it now. And then you start going, oh, they need to fly. They need to be expressive. So, yeah, and how do you get that? Obviously, the shoulder needs to be lighter. The horse needs to be completely supple. It can't be hanging on one side or the other. It has to be, and then you have to ride the change forward, which really did my head in, because especially on a Frisian, if you rode the change forward, you didn't get it. But on the horses that are really good at it and bred to do it, like the amazing Wessel, wow, you can ride some expression. But like I said, that's when you're going, well, was I going to Tokyo? No, not Tokyo. Don't have a Grand Prix horse ready for that. We're all aiming for 2024. And we'll see how we go. But as we know, Tokyo didn't happen. Horses, things can happen. So I'm doing all I can to put myself into the best position that I can to have a crap load of fun and be in a position where maybe I could go to the Olympics. But I'm also very clear, and I think I've shared it with you guys. If I haven't, I'm not going to sacrifice everything, which means there's a very good chance that I won't get to the Olympics, because sometimes the Olympics calls for, that needs to be number one. It needs to be, I'll sacrifice everything for that, and I won't do that. It's not that important to me. I don't know if you guys know anything about my life philosophy, but my whole purpose in life is to live every moment with as much fun, love, excitement, joy as possible. So the Olympics plays into that because that would be so much fun and so much excitement and so much love. But if it meant that I had to go live on the other side of the world without my family, then we wouldn't do it. If that meant that, financially we would be stressed and, there'd be a lot of stress and a lot of drama, I wouldn't do it. So, everything is filtered through my life mission statement, which is to have every moment filled with as much fun, love, joy, excitement, and extraordinariness as much as possible. So why do I do a live? Why did I say, okay, I'm going to go live every day in April? Because I wanted that to be fun, love, extraordinary. And, I love hanging out with you guys. I love helping you. I love being here. So everything I do is filtered through that. How do you watch a watch party? I'm pretty sure if you're on Facebook, it's on there. You just say click host a watch party to your timeline, and then just send us the screenshot. Okay. Love your mindset. Love it, Shelley. Took a while. I was not born like this, guarantee you. How do you know if your horse is going forward? If you stop riding, the horse still goes forward. Remember, the horse in front of the leg means it feels like it wants to bolt off on you and take off on you in every second. It just doesn't. So it's in control, but it's the feeling of maybe it's not in control, but it is. So if you're feeling that, then your horse is forward. Okay, I feel I have an easier side to ride. I've been riding only my horse for a bit. With other horses, I notice my asymmetry. What can I do to be more symmetrical? Yeah, there's so much, isn't there? And we all do our best to be symmetrical and make our horses symmetrical. But, that's always going to be a forever journey. So you get off the horse, you look at your imbalances there. I stare at myself naked in the mirror a lot, not for any other reason, but to go, am I like this? So sometimes my shoulder might be up, or sometimes I always used to cock one hip. So if I'd stand and talk to people, one hip would be more forward than the other. And you just want to stare at yourself and go, are my shoulders completely aligned? Have someone stare behind you, because sometimes the shoulder blade can be up here and the other shoulder blade down here. Are your hips even? And just start there and then start thinking about stretching. Thanks for the lives. They're so helpful. Such a great life coach too. Thank you, Rebecca. You guys know that I have done life coaching. It is one of my biggest passions, and I just feel lucky that I can kind of combine a little bit of life coaching with a little bit of riding coaching, because I'm so passionate about our mindsets and, why we're here and what's the point of being here, and when we're not here, what do we want to look back on and be proud of and be happy that we did or didn't do. What tips do you have for when you first bring your new horse home? My head goes, give it food. It's true, like you bring the horse home and it's new and everything's changed. And remember, I bring horses home from other continents. So we might take a horse from Europe and it's like 0 degrees or minus degrees, and we bring them to Australia summer where it's 40 degrees. And so we let them settle in, we let them get used to their stable, get used to the food, trying to acclimatise them in their temperature. Sometimes that's hard, they'll be clipped, and normally that's a good thing if they're clipped, because then they're coming into 40 degree summer. And then we might start with a lunge. So we do a lunge, we check that everything's okay, they're moving well, they're happy. And remember, they've had about 5 weeks off. They've had 2 weeks off. That's like one of ours, because they've been in quarantine. We check all that, and then we just start getting on and playing, and but definitely give them that first 24 hours just to settle in. Okay. So my Palomino is putting his head down, pulling my reins, being naughty, trying some techniques. Any suggestions? Yes. So what's hilarious is my 4-year-old and my 6-year-old are currently learning how to ride on my 16 two-hand Frisian stallion. He's 20 years old, and he's always been, he still is, being extraordinarily beautiful and kind, but he's being a pony. The kids get on him, and the kid's so light, like what do they weigh? All of 20 kilos. And Arbus, especially when they're walking around, he just goes, and he puts his head to the ground and reefs the reins out of their hands, and so they get flung forward, and they drop the reins pretty much, and then he goes ha ha. And so I've started Googling, and apparently there is a strap for ponies that do this. It's actually to stop the pony putting its head down to eating the grass. I think it's called a daisy strap or a daisy something, and that connects to the saddle up to the pole. So if the horse goes to put its head down to eat grass, it's going to, you know, not allow the horse to do that. So we thought we might need to get one for the kids when they ride the horse. So yes, if that's your problem, that the horse is reefing the reins out of your hands and doing that, maybe, I don't know enough about it, but maybe that strap would be helpful. Okay. I find that my brain knows what I need to do, ask of my horse, but my body does not coordinate fast enough, and I get so frustrated. That's so normal, Alicia. Welcome to my life. Welcome to my life 20 years ago. Welcome to your life. We're constantly, as riders, trying to feel react quicker and quicker and quicker. I think it's one of the reasons why, you know, Isabel and Charlotte are such good riders. They're just so quick, whereas we're like, huh? What happened? I feel a bit like that. And I know 20 years ago, I was like, huh? Did something happen? Like, I was so slow. I was like, it took me a good 10 minutes to realize we were in trot. Now, clearly, tongue in cheek. But I was very slow with the whole feel react thing. So be okay with that. You can't be more than what you are. You are at where you're at in your journey, and you just want to, you know, get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. Beautiful. Okay, I'll miss these live sessions at the end of April. Would you think of doing once a month? I think we got to go live a little bit more, don't we? Yes, we will release a live schedule. I think that you guys can just know on this particular time, this particular day, when I'm going live, because I've had heaps of fun too. I know Stacey, our kitten, is adorable.
She'd like to say hello again.
I want to say hello.
Sorry, I think I was just very cool.
No. All right, cool. All right, well, I think that's us for today.
Kim will check there. Easter pack only a couple more days.
Oh, how many days? 3 more days?
Maximum.
3 more days for you to get your Easter bonuses. It's not really Easter anymore, your April bonuses. So anyone that wants 2,000 videos with Xflix, thank you, Kim. Yes, so Xflix is a 2,000 video library of everything horsey. It's only $9 US. You get to trial it for 9 days, and then you can cancel it, or you can stay connected as an Xflix member, which is just $9 every month. But we've decided to include $400 worth of bonuses for you if you join Xflix right now. So it's part 1 to my dressage program, part 1 to my fear program, all 3 of my ebooks, some goal setting in there for you, and just heaps and heaps of stuff. Thank you, Erica, loving my Easter bundle. Yeah, it's huge value, and would love you guys to have it. So all you got to do is go to that link, www.ridingsuccess.com/Easter at home, or I'm sure Kim will put the link in the live. So I love you guys heaps. Have an extraordinary day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.